I am here at Sunbelt Media Days with Marshall head coach Tony Gibson. Coach Gibson, thank you for taking the time this morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I wanted to start, it might be the place everyone started when they've been interviewing you. Born in West Virginia, played college ball in West Virginia, coached there a lot of times at various schools, the flagship, a couple of different stints. What does it mean to not only be a head coach for the first time, but for to be at a school in West Virginia like Marshall?
Yeah, that's the, obviously, when you become a head coach, you want to go to a place that has special people, great fan support, and all those things. And for me, to get to do that in my home state was a dream come true for my wife and I to get back.
You learned under, you were Coach Rodriguez, Coach Holgerson, Coach Doeren, and you were there at NC State in West Virginia. You saw a whole recruiting class go through at both of those places, and especially now with everything changing in the college world, how is it to see a couple of head coaches manage that long of a time in a program and seeing that stability?
Yeah, it was obviously very comforting to be able to know that you're going to have the Pat Whites of the world back, and you know, Peyton Wilson and Drake Thomas and guys that we had before the craziness started in college football. So in the off season, you could actually, you know, worry about the football piece. What do we want to get better at now? It's just trying to get players every day. It consumes you right now as a head coach, especially.
And as you're going through your career as a defensive coordinator last decade, I'm sure it's always in the back of your mind you want to be a head coach, but I guess how do you balance the every day of you have a job to do versus what you're paying attention to, taking notes on, and knowing what you'd want to do when you got the chance to be a head coach?
Yeah, and the number one thing with me, always be where your feet are. And I was never looking. Obviously, if a job came open and they reached out, or, you know, my agent had talked to the school, whatever, yeah, that's great. But it wasn't like I went in every day and said, man, I got to be a head football coach. I mean, I was making great money at a great place and doing what I love to do. So, you know, this opportunity came, and obviously I was not going to turn this one down.
Heading into year one, where do you hoping to install offensively and defensively as kind of your identity as a team?
Yeah, defensively, we'll start there. Obviously, I'm a defensive guy with my background, and I want an aggressive defense. I want to get after people. I don't want a quarterback being able to sit back there and dictate to us what he's doing or what they're going to be able to do. So I want to be very aggressive. Offensively, I want to be able to run the football. And I think that just brings a certain kind of toughness to your football team when you do that. And we're going to spread people out. Obviously, we have to have a mobile quarterback for what we do and what we're trying to do. So that, you know, just kind of go from there. And my, you know, Rod Smith, our offense coordinator's had a lot of success at a lot of different places. So just looking forward to watching them get this thing going.
And I believe another guy with some West Virginia experience, and you've got that across your staff. I guess, is that just part of the essence of being a Marshall? You wanted to have some West Virginia guys who know the area and know the state? Yeah,
the number one thing, I wanted to get people that wanted to be there. Obviously, I wanted to be there, and I want people around me that are like-minded and want to be at a special place. And that, I think we have 8 total that have either played at Marshall or tied to the state. So that was a really big, you know, point for us when we were hiring the staff.
The situation bringing in a lot of new players, but for what you're just spelling out about the new normal of college football, it's not that different that you might have new players in every year having to learn. So I guess, have you learned any paths towards building that on-field chemistry the last couple of years in your old role that you're probably going to put forward with a lot of new faces this year?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is you have to get the right people. Don't worry about what schools they're at, where they're coming from. It's not always that people or the players coming from Power 4 are going to be your best guys. Number one, we have to get who fits us. And, you know, I think that our staff did a great job of identifying guys that either had local ties, guys that we coached at other schools that were maybe backups that wanted their time, and then, you know, guys that fit what we do. And so that was key for us. And we had a lot of that. I mean, we have 54 portal guys, and probably 20 of those guys are either from Huntington area, we coached at other places, or we had relationships in recruiting before when they picked another school.
obviously, I'm sure you know a lot of the coaches in the Sun Belt, seen them through their careers, but what's your early impressions of this league heading in, going through this media day extravaganza and getting ready for the season?
Yeah, two of the head coaches in this league I've worked with. So Tim Beck was the offense coordinator at NC State when I was there as the defense coordinator. And then Butch Jones was our wide receiver coach at West Virginia in 2005, 6. So know those guys really well, great football coaches. And the rest of the coach, like I've known Jared Parker for a long time. So I have a good feel for these guys of who they are and what they're all about. And we got to spend a lot of time in our spring meetings. GJ Kinney, I've known GJ for a long time. So, they're great football coaches. And I think this league is really, really good. So looking forward to competing week in and week out.
And the last thing for me, something I've been asking every coach here this morning, what's a piece of advice you received over your career that made you a better football coach?
Coach them hard and love them harder.
Simple, to the point. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you, Coach Gibson, for your time. Best of luck this season.
All right, thank you.